We start, however, with football. On Saturday saw the GFA Rock Cup final for 2014 take place at the stadium. The final pitted league champions Lincoln Red Imps against relative new boys in Gibraltar's top flight, College Europa. Lincoln went into the match unbeaten in all competitions this season, which has seen them win the Pepe Reyes Trophy, the Premier title and the First Division Cup. College Europa, after a promising start, have fallen away in recent months, but we're looking to finish the season on a high. The match saw the stadium near full to capacity for the first time in many years for a domestic game, with both sides well supported by their junior clubs. Amongst the 1,700 fans was a certain Michel Platini, president of European football's governing body, UEFA. The Royal Gibraltar Regiment led the teams onto the field, and after the formalities, which saw GFA President Desmond Rioch and John Cruz introduced to the teams, the match got underway. It was an early foul conceded by College as the nerves began to settle. A minute later, the match saw its first yellow card. College number 11, Cortez, dispossessed Lincoln captain Roy Cipollina on the halfway line and played a 1-2 with teammate Chonchev, and the striker raced clear of the Lincoln back line. He was unable to shrug off the challenge of Ryan Casiaro, and as Ryan took the ball, Cortez went down clutching his face. Referee Jason Barcelo halted play, and when the College front man returned to his feet, showed him a yellow. Lincoln was straight on the attack, and a Joseph Cipollina throw was partially cleared, with Liam Clark unable to get his volley on target. College had a half chance from distance on 5 minutes after referee Barcelo had waved advantage, but the shot failed to trouble Jordan Pérez in the Lincoln goal. At the other end, College keeper Matt Kafer had to be alert after good work down the right wing by Lincoln striker John Paul Duarte. The game eventually settled, with Lincoln the more probing, whilst College stuck to their game plan. With 15 minutes gone, Lincoln worked the ball well into the box, but an unmarked John Paul at the back post was unable to get his shot on target. And a minute later, John Paul turned provider as Joseph Cipollina beat the College Europa offside trap, only for Kafer to save well. Lincoln appeared to have found their feet midway through the half and were looking dominant. Kyle Casiaro was next to have a chance, but he failed to work the keeper from a good position. It continued to be mostly one-way traffic for much of the first half, with Lincoln creating but failing at the final hurdle. College were resigned to the rare set piece, with both unable to convert. Mark Casiaro received the yellow on 40 minutes, and shortly after, College were awarded another free kick in a dangerous position. But the normally accurate Chonchev only managed to find the Lincoln wall. With minutes to go in the first half, Lincoln had the ball in the net. Robert Montovio conceded a needless free kick and received the yellow card out on the left wing. Kyle Casiaro's ball into the box was headed back across goal by Joseph Cipollina at the back post. College's Christian Tonchev's header only managed to find George Cabrera, who controlled and rifled the ball into the net. The celebrations were short-lived, with linesman Warwick spotting an infringement, with two Lincoln players apparently offside. On the stroke of half-time, it was College's turn to find the back of the net with a rare chance. Joseph Cipoll slotted the ball into the net, but in the build-up, the linesman on the near side, Glenn Gilbert, had spotted an offside, and referee Barcelo disallowed the second goal of the game. The second half was a poor comparison to the first, with both sides unable to break the other down. Shots were from distance and off target throughout, as the match became a scrappy affair as tensions rose both on and off the pitch. With 20 minutes to go, a sight many thought they'd not see this season happened. Lincoln talisman Lee Casiaro replaced John Paul Duarte. He immediately created a half chance, but College were able to clear his ball from the byline with no Lincoln player in sight. College, who'd weathered the Lincoln attacks for much of the match, began to create chances. Tonchev was unable to direct his header on target after a good ball in by second half sub Youssef. And minutes later, Tonchev was again unfortunate from a free kick. With 90 minutes up, fourth official Yaroslav Borg signalled just 2 minutes of added time, with most then in the ground preparing themselves for extra time. With just seconds left, Lincoln had one last chance, with Joseph Cipollina launching the ball into the box from a throw-in. Roy Cipollina managed to flick it on at the near post, and the ball fell to Liam Clark, who volleyed the ball into the net from 8 yards out, sending the Lincoln players and crowd alike wild. College had time to restart the match, but seconds later referee Barcelo blew for full time. Lincoln adding the Rock Cup to their 3 other trophies won this season, and another unbeaten season for the Rosier club. The presentations began with the officials, who had an extremely good game in a highly charged atmosphere. Runners-up College Europa followed. And then Rock Cup winners for 2014 Lincoln Red Imps, with club captain Daniel Duarte receiving the trophy from UEFA president Michel Platini. After the pitch celebrations had died down, I spoke to Lincoln manager Mick McElwee.
Well, I think it's a nice way to end the season, of course. This is a big occasion, and we'd let ourselves down the last couple of years not getting to the Rock Cup final. So it was nice to join the party this year, and I think overall we deserved to win. But we played most of the football, and although it was frustrating having to wait for the breakthrough, thought we were good. I thought we were generally good today.
You really did play the 90 minutes, getting a goal so late with the dreaded extra time coming in. That must have been obviously is a big bonus.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people expected to go to extra time once we hit the added time at the end of 90 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, the thing is, we'd been putting balls into their area on 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 occasions throughout that second half. So, eventually we had to get a break, and the timing of the break is not great, but if you've won 1-0 with a goal in the last minute, it feels great. It feels great.
And it has been a real big team effort all the way around, and fantastic to see Lee Casiaro enter the pitch right at the final furlong of the season.
Yeah, I mean, really, the guys, all 33 of our squad has been magnificent this year, and the training, the dedication, the commitment they've shown, it's really helped to put us onto the next level, I think. Lee's been working away in the background, away from the team for many weeks and months. So we've only seen him in the last two or 3 weeks with the team. He's only joined the team for full-scale training the last couple of weeks, but you can see he's desperate to play. So like all the players, he's desperate to play. So it was nice to be able to give him 20 minutes, even though he looked extremely rusty. He didn't really make an impact at all. But you know, it's the start of his recovery, really.
And when you set out at the beginning of the season, this was the goal, to win all trophies, and you've done it. Amazing achievement once again.
Well, that's the standards these guys have set for themselves. Unfortunately, it's a blessing and a curse, because you know they win, they carry on winning, but then the expectation is very high that they carry on winning, and maybe the recognition and the credit that they get is not as great as it should be, considering the achievements they've had. It's because they've sort of taught us all that winning is expected from them, and it shouldn't be, because winning a football match, like any game or any sport, it's a complicated issue. You can't just expect to go out and win. So I think this team, although in my opinion it hasn't been given the credit it deserves, it continues to excel and extend its own standards and maintain its own standards, which is they're very high standards at local level. At least they're very high standards.